Hey guys, welcome to another episode with your favorite girls Petty Party podcast. It is your girl Jori Aaliyah, aka Aaliyah Gabor.
Okay, aka today.
Yes.
Okay, well if we doing that, it's your girl Michelle, aka Egypt if you nasty.
Hey everybody, just Nick checking in.
Hey y'all, it's your girl Paulette coming out the set. What's good?
Hey y'all, it's your girl Crystal, aka Champagne Chris, aka Chris F. Baby, please say the baby. And we are back, y'all. It is all of us in the studio
full
today.
house today.
Wow.
The vibe.
It has been a minute.
It has.
No, dang, it has been a minute. Literally, it's been months.
I already feel like it's about to be a cut up.
No, it is, y'all. We brought back the Disarona. Disarona, if you want to sponsor us, go ahead. But we brought back the Disarona today. And surprisingly, after the last complaints, everybody has a cup today. So
Except
This is my first
what?
time trying it.
You know what I realized? You got to figure out what to mix
what
it
to
with.
mix it with. Yeah.
Once you figure out what your mix is with it, because you know, like you have your mix with tequila, you have your mix with like brown. This is like different. So you
'Cause it's so
really got
sweet already.
so you really got to figure out what you want to add to it.
But it's so serious, low key, like do what it needs to do.
It is.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
All right, guys. So y'all already know I like this. Bad choices. NSFW. I do not know what it stands for.
Not safe for work.
Yeah, so not say what she said.
oh wow.
And so
Mhm.
I don't know if I should ask a spicy question or actually these are all spicy, nothing safe. So let's see. Okay, have you ever actually, Jori?
Oh my God.
Have you
like,
have you ever told a friend they were being cheated on, or given like them a hint that they're being cheated on?
I don't think I've ever experienced that.
Why was that a Jory
Really?
question?
I don't know, I just wanted to ask.
No.
Oh, I was like,
All these questions I got four for a reason.
oh.
Oh, I was about to say something, but no, I've never experienced that.
But have you experienced like something hot, like
I've experienced
That's
the
tea?
other way where I knew a friend was cheating on her.
on her man?
Oh.
And what'd you
yeah.
do? Just like whatever, fly on the wall,
Were you friends with the man?
I knew who he was. Yeah,
and you would just be in
Oh,
his
just-
face.
I was in his face.
But you know what I mean, like friends.
I mean, that's not my place to say.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's still
Absolutely
like,
not.
how do you
But I
handle
mean-
situations like that? Just
How
like,
do you handle the
damn,
situation?
she cheated on.
That's
I mean, do what you want to do. Just be safe.
Like we have all handled the situation.
I'm not gonna. I couldn't be around that.
no, I
couldn't
really
be
wanna
around
know.
them.
Business.
I couldn't be around them anymore because honestly,
You couldn't be
my
around
feelings would
them.
hurt.
I don't think I've ever
I
been
couldn't
like
be around that person.
I don't think I've ever known somebody who's like in a rock hard relationship and
And
is
just
just
been
blatantly
cheating?
cheating. No,
Yeah.
especially if I know the guy. I think now if I don't know him or if
Yeah,
I
me
think like
too.
if I don't like him, then it's like okay, it is no shade. It is what it is.
Mhm.
But if I actually am rooting for y'all, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be like, what? I'm quick to be like, what are you doing? Like, can you relax? Like, I will block the situation.
Really?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
good.
Sometimes you have to save people from themselves.
So why you want to block the situation, but you don't want to say anything about it? I feel like at that point you just like mind your business on it all.
But, okay, for instance, like
Ooh, my stomach.
if my friend is in a relationship and we're in a situation, okay, it's good to be flirting, but if he's like, oh, come outside, what's your number? I'll be looking at her like you know how you can throw little hints like, oh, okay, I thought we was going outside. Okay, you outside, you good? You sure? Are you okay? You know what I mean? To remind her.
I feel like the only way I would probably step in is like if my friend was like really drunk and I know that she really probably doesn't really know what she's really doing, then I'd be like, girl, are you sure about this? And after that, like I ask you that, if you say yes, you
Yeah,
sure about the rest of the night.
But what if the next day she's crying and she's like, why?
That has nothing to do with
That has nothing to do with me.
Because people are good to be like, why did you let me? You was there. You know, I've been drinking. I would never. I'm so embarrassed. And
That has nothing to
he
do with
found out. And
Oh my God.
Better figure it out.
What kind of soap opera?
no, because sometimes, I don't know. You know how. Yeah, I feel like we need to hold our friends accountable when they're about to make mistakes and ruin relationships that we actually think are good for them. Like if your friend is
But
in
what
a
if they don't think the relationship's good for
But
them?
my thing is like, okay,
self-sabotage is real.
No, what if they
But
really
who
don't think
am
that
I to
relationship?
tell
Yeah,
you
who am I to
that?
tell you that this
Yeah.
relationship's good
It's
for
for
you?
yourself.
What if
Somebody
they're
that
trying
I'm
to
not.
like they want to do this because they need a way out?
I think when we are younger, yeah, that's cool. But now I think that when we're older, we understand like when our friend is with somebody who is actually
Yeah,
good for them,
that's true.
and when they're in a situation where they can be sabotaging the future of their relationship. I think that there's a way to know the difference between the two.
I would say now it would be different compared to back then because I'm not gonna lie, back then I don't think anybody was seriously dating like, oh, that's this person's future husband. Like that's just the
Yeah.
person they were dating at the time. So if you feel like that's what you want to do, by all means go for it. Like I'm not gonna tell you no, don't do it. Like I'm gonna be like, you sure that's what you want to do? And if you say yeah,
But you know what? I do
my
You're a
business.
grown woman to tell you what to do.
True, but I do think that it is hard to navigate from that space of like where you were able to like kind of flirt with anybody, like kind of do whatever you want to like where you're actually like in something very serious where like this is someone you're committed to like long term. You know, so it is kind of hard to go from one space to another because I feel like I have had those I've had those same like issues because I'm so used to like, you know, being able to, okay, example. So we were playing a game while we were in California and the question came up, who out of the table would allow a man to buy them a drink and not let them know that they're in a relationship? And everyone voted for me.
Yep.
I mean,
And did.
what's a drink though?
But that's the
Thank
thing.
you.
But that's the thing.
you.
I feel like
say-
even your nigga wouldn't care. Like
You say what's a drink, but a drink can lead to the next step. You
Depending
know what
on
I'm
the
saying?
man.
Like
Okay.
once we get to the
yeah.
next step, then intercede.
it
But
is
at
an
this
open.
point,
It is an open
but-
invitation.
No,
Yeah, like,
No,
some-
it's
like-
not
but
open
guys,
invitation.
drink,
How many
bro.
times have we collectively been out and whoever at the time had a known boyfriend or was in a relationship and they just happened to be the person who had the pool for that night
But
to make
it
sure y'all had a
doesn't
good
make it
time?
right. It didn't make it right.
It doesn't make it right, but that doesn't mean anything's going to come
So
from it.
how would you
It's the
feel?
same-
How would you feel if your boyfriend was that guy?
getting
his
free drinks
friends.
for someone he's not interested in.
No, buying drinks for another woman.
That's different.
How is that different?
Okay, because one, your money is leaving the relationship. Okay, one, money is entering the relationship. Okay, it's a complete difference. Because I'll be honest, if I was dating somebody, and he was like, man, I went out and some girl was like sending drinks the whole night, and like we was just laughing or whatever. I'll probably be like, damn, she real goofy. Like, why is she sending drinks? And like, or I'll probably be like,
What
oh,
an
she probably thought she was
attitude.
cute. Or I'll probably be like, oh, she probably thought she
Right.
was cute or da 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 da. You know, I would not be like mad about that. Now, if he said, oh, I saw a girl, because a guy has told me this, like, oh, I went to a bar and some people, they was having a good time and I sent drinks over there. In my head, I was like,
Yeah.
Confused.
But
like, why did you feel the need?
And to be honest with you, I feel like from a man's perspective,
Yeah.
if you come to a man and you're like, hey, a man was sending me drinks all night,
Yeah,
and
like,
you were taking
okay.
them, he's gonna be looking at you like,
Now,
it
all
depends.
night.
All night
It
is
depends on the
different.
guy though, because sometimes if a guy's secure in himself, he doesn't care. But if
that's
a guy,
not true. It's not about
that-
security,
no, it
y'all.
is. It is though, because if a guy is secure in himself, he understands that you're just out and someone wanted to spend money and buy you
No.
drinks. But a guy who's
But
not
here's the thing.
But wait, a guy who's not secure in himself will have an issue with that.
No, I have to disagree about
I
that
don't know,
because here's the
girl.
thing. My man's gonna be secure in himself, the fact that he can pay for every drink I want in that club. So therefore, I don't need to accept a drink from any other man.
You should have sent me with drink money.
So
But-
therefore, I don't think it means that he's insecure. I think that it means like he's probably looking at you like, dang, do you have to take a drink from everybody just because they
It's
hand
not-
it to you?
But no, that's not. I think we're
Y'all
having
running. Y'all. Okay. First of
Somebody
all,
called you greedy.
wait.
You had to enter the chat.
Let's.
First of all, y'all telling y'all's man somebody buy y'all a drink. Like that's
Thank
kind
you,
of
Jori.
why you
That's
going out your way to
stupid.
I
even
would
say
never
that?
Yeah.
do that, but I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
saying.
But there are
like,
people that do that, and I think that's very goofy. Like,
But I truly don't. Okay, I don't know. I truly don't think the guys would have an issue if you said, "Oh, I was at the bar and some guy
Depends on
sent
the man.
our table over drinks."
It depends on the man.
If
Some
it's- no,
but
there's a
guys,
difference
let's just be
between-
real. Some guys can't handle that. Just how some girls can't handle that either. It just depends on the person you're talking to and dealing with.
But it depends.
You know what they can handle.
Maybe I would have to date somebody who I feel like is secure enough
Yeah.
in himself where that wouldn't
my
bother
point.
him.
That was
thing
just
is,
made
there's
2
a
minutes
difference.
ago.
There's a difference between you saying they sent the table a drink and they sent you a drink. There's a big difference.
Y'all are changing up the scenario.
Yeah,
so
let's.
we're gonna move past this.
Please.
My last question was for anybody who wants to answer. Have y'all ever had sex that lasted less than 2 minutes? And if you did, how did you handle it?
Yeah, of course I have. Cause I got that good.
No.
Crying.
No, but I really have been in that situation, and it was just kind of like I was looking at him like, He was just like, I'm so sorry. Like I was nervous. I was like,
Nervous.
Yeah.
okay.
Maybe he's got out of prison.
Oh my
Not
God.
out of prison.
What?
Not at a prison.
That's telling.
But yeah, I mean, I gave it another chance, and it was better. So
Oh, you're
Okay.
nice.
Yeah, right. It can't relate to that. So it's just like,
we
if
can't
that
judge
ever
somebody off
happened-
they first.
Yeah,
I mean,
2
I
minutes,
can.
like-
I can.
Yeah, it happened when I was
can, though.
young, so I'm like,
I
I
can.
mean, we
I
were
can.
young, so for me,
I mean,
was
yeah.
like whatever.
Was it like 2 minutes? Like he hyped it all the way up, and then it was 2 minutes, or was it just like random?
minutes.
no, I think it was one of those things where
In
like
and nut.
like so many things were like going on like as a prelude, you know? So it was like we were already like really hyped
Yeah.
up. So when the actual act happened, you know, it was just like
I feel like, and this may sound like
child.
very naive, but I almost feel like, okay, I feel like if you have sex with a guy the first time and it's quick, maybe it's better because it shows he hasn't had sex in a long time.
no, I'll be honest with you.
That don't mean shit.
Yeah.
That don't mean
Not
shit.
at all, girl, at all.
Have y'all not ever felt like if he's taking too long, you're like, dang, like is it any
No.
good?
No.
But niggas be on perks these
Yeah,
days.
I was about to
So
say,
They what?
Yeah.
niggas be on drugs.
Yeah.
Like,
Their body's not really, producing well.
erectile dysfunction is taking this generation by storm.
Y'all gotta be careful because
Like-
But not even just that,
37 issues.
I've heard niggas say like they'll like jack off beforehand to make sure they can last.
Yeah,
longer
I have
during
heard
the time.
that.
So I feel like that also can play a contributing factor as well.
Yeah, but still.
in that.
Yeah. You have to do all that. Yeah. Maybe you gotta go see somebody.
We can give you a pass, but let's not start making excuses.
Yeah. Like, because that sometimes affects some women. Like, if they see their man doing all that, like, it's like, why do you have to do all this just to have sex? No.
So, okay.
It kills the vibe and moment.
Quick question. So how do y'all feel about that? Like in marriage, how do you feel about your husband masturbating?
Huh? Am I supposed to feel some type of way? Like,
Yeah,
what do you
I
mean?
mean, he's a human being.
Like, would I like him not to masturbate? Is that your question?
Yeah. Like, would you be okay with him? Like, what if he masturbated every day?
I feel like
Okay,
that's kind
that's
of
a-
none of my business. I don't know.
I think that's
Every
privacy.
Is that bad?
Every day's a little much.
I mean, but
Every
only
day,
reason-
as my husband,
Every
that's a little
day-
much.
every day it
is a
kinda
Because I
little
feel
much.
like we're having sex. If I'm
Okay,
having
I'm
sex
like,
with you, you don't need to. Really
Why do I know?
be
Is he
doing all that.
masturbating next to me? Because I feel like then that would be kind of disrespectful.
Because
I just feel
No,
like,
it's like you
every
sleeping
day
next-
means that you always want sex, and that if
Yeah.
for some reason I'm out of town and your hand ain't enough, like you gonna slide into something else. Like every day is a little OD. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
it
Like
is.
Yeah, I think like
You might have a little bit of not a problem, an addiction.
I don't
have y'all ever met a man that doesn't masturbate?
yes,
Yes,
I
I
have.
have.
I met a lot of guys that don't.
But
masturbate.
now that y'all saying this, they could be lying.
No,
Maybe
no.
they're afraid to tell because they don't want to be judged for masturbating every day.
No,
So-
No, but a lot of guys don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, girl.
I know a lot of
I
guys.
don't know.
Yeah, I know. Actually, know a lot. Well,
Yeah,
a lot of
I-
guys who say they don't.
Yeah,
Let
Like-
me say that because there's no way to say that.
but the thing is, I believe them because like you just know, like there's some men that are just like they're like led with sex, like sex really leads them, and then there's some men that's like like it's
They're
not
not-
that deep.
they're
I'm
not
not
moved.
12. I'm not 15 anymore. Like you know, I feel like when like you're young, like of course you want to like get that thrill out, but like as you get older, you're like it drops a little bit.
But
You know? But what?
I was just thinking, people be tweeting, they were like, bro, I suck at being home alone because as soon as I'm alone, I'm about to pull that rose out. And so many people
Ew.
online
Not
be
ew.
relating.
No,
to
yeah,
that.
because see, that's another thing. People do use roses every day, so now
You gotta
niggas
be
can't
careful
masturbate
because
every
you
day.
can stop sensation down there.
A lot
yeah.
of people like really have been talking about this rose thing.
Oh my god!
Yeah, I don't know nothing about that.
Me
Yeah,
neither.
me either.
But I heard
That's
it's
not our
good.
ministry.
I don't know nothing about that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like honestly, like
Mhm.
that's cool, but it's like, nah, the real thing's always better. But yeah,
Not
shout
always.
out to all y'all that get it,
Yeah,
get it how you
yeah,
live,
Nikki.
do it. I love it. I love the rose talk.
No,
but
you know what's crazy?
yeah.
I know about to go to the moto, but when I was in college, I remember my next door neighbor, they got into it was like a domestic violence situation. Well, I don't know if it was domestic violence, but they got into a screaming match. And so of course, naturally I started listening. And then
Naturally.
Of course,
Nosy.
of course.
so no.
But someone has to be able to tell the story.
He was yelling at her, and then when I made out what he was saying, he was like, "I'm sitting right next to you, and you're like masturbating. Do you understand how like
what?
yeah?" And he was like, "You don't want to like have sex with me."
The woman
but you
was
have to
masturbating in front of her
next to him."
man?
And she was pretending like she was asleep.
Oh,
he woke up and he found her.
that's
masturbating.
actually disrespectful.
He started going up, but in my head I was like,
No,
I
that
don't
didn't
I don't know.
I'm confused.
Maybe your dick's not enough. She just want to have sex with you, but she still
go to
wants
another
please
go to the
herself.
bathroom. That's weird. Next to them, they're sleeping. All they hear a butt. Like y'all, that's actually no.
I don't think it was like a
Take
actually, I don't
yourself
know.
somewhere else and masturbate.
If you don't climb on top
yeah,
of it,
like put it in.
What-
Like, Nick, really, girl? All you gotta do is hop on it.
Maybe she was warming up to wake him up. Like,
Jori,
damn, y'all. Like,
I don't know.
had a little fun before.
I'm not so much on his side just because I feel like his reaction was so over the top that it
Yeah.
definitely gave
For
like
all we know, he's reacting off something else. We don't know. What if she was watching like something and he's like,
All right, we're stretching.
Yeah, we're stretching.
This is going so left.
I was on her side. I was just like,
I'm on
damn,
no one's
leave
side
him,
because it's like
sis.
arguing over. Never mind. But anyway.
Run.
All right, y'all. So we're gonna go ahead and hop into our motto. So this reader said, "My girlfriend and I have been dating for about a year now, and to be very honest, I'm tired of the relationship. Everyone keeps saying we're quote unquote goals and we look good together. It's not like we fight or anything. I've just realized that we have different interests, like the fact that she doesn't care about politics or her taste in music. These issues are small, but they bother me a lot.
Not tasting music.
She loves me and has this idea that we're going to be together forever, but that's a facade. I decided I wouldn't mention anything until after her exams because I don't want her to fail. My problem
Honorable.
is I don't want to hurt her. So how do I end this?"
End it. She's gonna be hurt regardless, sir.
I think you have a good plan. After exam sounds good. Don't be that nigga who breaks up with a girl the night before her exam.
Or the next day after her exam.
Or her,
like,
on her
you know,
birthday.
be nice about it. Like, wait, like maybe a week after her exam. Let her get her results
And
first.
niggas really wait to run your birthday to choose violence. That's crazy.
Because they be waiting.
They don't
want to
pay. They don't
that's
buy
really what
gifts.
it is. They're like, is she worth the birthday gift right now? Nope. Cut her loose.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I mean, yeah,
That
I
actually
mean,
needs to be
eventually, yeah,
Yeah,
low-key.
honestly.
'Cause
Eventually,
it's like
one day you're gonna have. I mean, not one day. At some point, you're gonna have to, you know, have the conversation. But I really feel like you need to really plan it out because it looks like she has a lot going on right now, and you would hate to be the reason why she goes down a, you know, a
But
dark,
does he really
dark
want to
hole.
break up with her?
Yes,
Yeah,
he
I'm
does.
like,
Question.
He just
Over
said,
politics and music?
Yeah.
I mean,
but politics is real.
some
'cause-
people really have like strong beliefs in like if you're not aligned, y'all will never work. Remember, y'all have kids to raise.
I mean, I feel like that's what comes with dating, right? Like, just because you're dating doesn't mean that's
Yeah.
your person. Like, as you continue to get to know them, like, you really learn who they are. You're
Yeah.
like, dang, like, you're cool as a friend, but like, as my lifetime partner, like, we just don't align on certain things. And so I don't think I think the music is a little weird. Like,
Yeah.
that's very weird.
Try listen, like,
But
yeah.
as I guess politics is still a little weird to me. But if you feel like for you, like her not having those matching things is not the one for you, then
But you gotta think
Break
about
it
it.
up.
Like, if y'all have like different belief systems, like that's not gonna ever work.
mhm.
Yeah.
It's not ever gonna work, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Because I've seen situations where people try to work and they have strong beliefs and they're different. It's
Yeah.
hard. You're always gonna butt heads. You're always gonna be arguing, and it's like you're always gonna be going in a circle, never forward. So
I think it's good actually that you have like actual reasons.
Yeah.
Because that'll help the conversation.
Yeah.
Because a lot of times I think the hardest part about breakups is you're wondering like, oh, he didn't like me, this, that, and that. But if you go to somebody and be like, you know what, I actually think you're a dope person, but like your political interests do not align with mine, and I can't get around that. I feel like to her, she'll probably be like, okay, bet. Maybe I should date people who, you know, share the same interests and values and morals as me. And it'll help her in the long run move forward.
yeah,
Hopefully she's not like, oh, I can change. Because when
Oh,
you
girl,
please-
don't do
No,
that.
don't do that.
Don't do that.
Uh-huh.
But, you know.
Have y'all ever felt like y'all dated somebody where y'all were too similar? Not different, but like two of this, like peas in a pod. Like,
Definitely.
The
I
only
feel like
How
that's
you-
bad too.
the only thing I've realized is like the only similarity we have is like that we're both kind of non-confrontational, which not like I don't mean like completely non-confrontational, but it's like no one's taking that initiative to like kind of solve those problems, you know? I'm like just kind of nonchalant about things, and we both can't be nonchalant.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
There has to be somebody who's going to like take that first step and like make that first talk. And so that's the only thing I've realized. Like, and I'm like, we actually can't be together because our problem, like, it seems like we don't have problems. But we actually have problems that we're just not talking about.
Okay.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Why did y'all look to me?
Oh, I mean, you asked the question, so I was trying to think
lost
if
my
I had
train
an
of thought
answer.
to follow up on it.
Yeah, but no, not too similar. That's what that was the question. Right?
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so weird. Like, yeah,
It's the same with Nikki. Like, he ain't get fucked, I ain't get fucked either.
Yeah,
and
so
so we
it's
both
like,
was just
we both
some
can't give a
dog ass
fuck.
niggas. Yeah, like what?
Nah, actually, no.
Yeah.
I actually did deal with someone like in like low key, because I'm a last born and I'm an only girl, so y'all know how that is. And so like the way like we kind of would handle like conflicts and beefs, it was very like similar in the sense because it's like bratty. He was a last born too, so it'd be bratty behavior, and it's like we can't do this. Like,
So you want to be the only brat in the relationship.
it's not even that. It's just like we both can't be brats.
No.
Someone has to not be a brat once. Like, you're both gonna be brats. Like, that doesn't work.
But
no.
We can't both be bad
We-
bitches. Like somebody gotta be the
Okay,
man.
and it's always gonna
It's
be
gotta
me
be
being the
you.
bad bitch. So like, you know. So yeah.
I think in my experience, like I talked to somebody who like we kind of had like the same attitude, and people love to be like, I have attitude. It's really just my tone, and it's not purposeful, you know. And in talking to him, like he would kind of get snippy with me, and I'd be like, is this how I come across to people? Because
Girl,
I know you didn't mean, and the thing is, I know he didn't mean it with ill intention, but I was just like, bruh, like seeing a mirror back to me, like, damn, if this is how I come off to people, I see why people think what they think, because I'm just like, bruh, you actually need to bring it down a little bit.
Yeah.
But I know like it's not intentional, so
Mhm.
I was like, that's really weird. But I mean, I understood it, you know.
Yeah,
So-
no, I used to like I used to have that issue with someone, and like I'm not gonna lie, we had to have conversations because even though you know they're not intent, it's like damn, like I don't know if I should take this personal or let this slide. Like you're low key coming off a little mean.
But I feel like it can work in both. Like we can both work together to eliminate this
You know?
attitude.
Yeah,
like I
it's-
call
it's
you out, you
eliminated.
call me out, and We work on it.
It depends on what stage y'all are at in life.
That's
because
true.
I feel like some people are just kind of like stuck in
What you mean?
stuck in like their who they are. You know, like after a certain point, like.
But
Are y'all really trying to change people at this point? Like,
I'm not trying. I don't want
changing.
anyone to change.
Yeah.
I want our road to be smooth. Like,
I just
it's
want
not-
somebody
you don't
who's
have to change.
self-aware.
Yeah.
Like I need you to be able to know that like you're not
Absolutely.
perfect, and as long as you're aware of that, I'm cool. I'm not trying to change
and that
you.
there's always room for growth. Like you don't need to change, but there's always room for improvement. Like you can be
Yeah.
better every day. Like
I feel it, but I'm not gonna lie. I'm low key with Nikki on the trying because what I hate when dating people, and it's like they start picking things about you that it's like you need to change. And it's like, okay, you realize the things you're picking are like part of my personality. Like even if like you said nonchalant, oh, you're very nonchalant. You need to be more caring, but it's like I am a nonchalant person, or maybe that's how I present myself. But you have to get to know me and figure out the cues I give that mean that I care. Instead of me trying to change myself, you need to just adjust and accept me for who I am. But I feel like a lot of people, they do that. They'll date somebody and they'll see things about them that bothers them, but instead of like accepting those that person flaws and all, they start trying to like nitpick at them. And every day you're slowly tearing this person down and making them insecure about themselves by inserting all these things that you have against them, when in actuality it's like that's who they are as a person.
Exactly.
We talked about this before. You got to ask, like, do you even like me? Because what are we having this conversation for? If you
Yeah.
don't like me, just bounce. Like,
You're talking about, oh, why are you always this and that? Nigga, what? This is what I like to do. Like, what is
This is me.
Yeah.
this is literally like, what do you like about me then? Because everything your
Literally.
name you have an issue with is literally the characteristics that make
me.
No,
me.
but the thing is though, dating a nigga that you don't like, it really is character development. Like people don't talk about that enough. Like, especially in your like early 20s, like that character gets built. Because when you date a nigga that don't like you,
Oh my god.
you go through some shit, man.
telling
you
you.
go through some
I had a guy
shit.
tell me, oh my, I shouldn't even. He was like, I think I was going to tell him before, but he used to get mad at me because I ate oatmeal every morning, and I was just like,
because you,
I ate oatmeal. I was like, what does that have to do with you? What does that have to do with you? Like, why do I need to spice up my breakfast options to make you happy? Like, that's such a weird thing
But you know
to
what?
be upset about. You don't like me for real. Like, get out of here.
No.
You know what? The only reason why I can maybe see him side-eyeing you because he's like, so is she gonna make me oatmeal every morning for breakfast once if we get married?
No, but the thing about me is like I really
Like-
I like comfort food. So I normally like, and this is me, I eat the same thing for like 3 weeks at a time. And I'll change it. Like I have seasons, but I don't really like wake up and make, if I like avocado toast, that's my season. I'll eat it every day. That's just me as a person. Like I don't change.
And maybe
like that.
he's not in that
Yeah.
season. You know what I'm saying?
Or
Like,
maybe you just don't like me.
No,
because
yeah.
what?
honestly, like, cause I can kind of relate because I actually had a guy who hated how I handled things. Like, I wasn't like, sometimes I'm just like, cool, like, letting it roll off my shoulder. Like, internally, I'm processing things, but I'm not reacting
You're not
because why?
confrontational.
Why am I reacting? It doesn't make sense. And I feel like honestly, I don't like using the word hate, but I believe they hated that about me. It's like she don't give me any like spice. Like she don't get rough rah with me.
I
Like
feel like it's a different type of like. It's one thing to hate something about somebody and to actually hate somebody. I'm talking about niggas that hate you, bro. This
I
nigga,
believe he hated that
me.
about me. I'm like, what?
No, but I'm saying actually hate
hated
you.
you.
No, like, it's like
I don't think anyone can ever hate
I've
me,
thought back
ever.
on some things, and I was
And
like,
it's like this.
you
nigga
hated
did
me.
it.
No, you
Because like the
you
animosity was
hated
actually
me.
uncalled for.
Yeah.
It was so uncalled for. Like,
Yeah.
bro, I remember this. He told me that he did not like when I asked how was his day at work. What? I was like, okay.
There's some people that really have
Noted.
personal issues that they
No,
really
That
need
nigga
to
didn't
work
like
on.
me. That was
No,
his personal
it's
issue.
not
It was a
you, it's
vendetta
him.
against
It's
me.
not you, it's
Can
him.
you
Yeah.
imagine not being able to ask a nigga how his day went?
was
Like,
like,
you walking on eggshells.
Yeah,
Like, that's
I
such a
was
basic thing to ask. Like, it's just a
And it's so
conversation starter,
crazy
passer, anything.
Because
But
the
some people
guy
are not
that I
used to
was
love.
talking to before, he was like,
true.
I want that. Like, he was like, ask me how my day was. So I always was kind of like moving forward. I was like intentional about that. And I was like,
Isn't work part of your day? Like we'll get to the other part.
I'm dead.
Work is the one you're there 8 hours a day.
He just
huh?
didn't like hearing from you.
Yeah, no, literally.
No,
he wanted someone
No, I'm
else to
just
ask
That
that
nigga,
question.
no, the nigga hated me. But look, let me tell you. Let's flip the switch. Because
I don't think
Right.
he hates you. Let's not say that. No one can hate us. We're too
Huh?
fabulous.
Okay.
We're too fabulous for
Oh,
anyone to
that
hate
nigga
us.
hated
Love the positivity.
No, love it. Love it. Because if I
saying,
really got on here and talked about
No one
everything,
can-
you would be
I
like,
know no one can
yeah.
ever hate. I'm too fabulous for anyone to try to hate me. So it's to you.
Yeah, I love the positivity.
Yeah.
But no, okay, y'all. So we're going to move on to the Petty Chronicle. And I have an ick for today. And this is like a plain old boring, like back to the basics ick. And the fact that it's 2023 and I'm still talking about this. If you make plans as a guy, even honestly as friends too, but if you make plans with me and you reach out and say, hey, we going to go out Friday at 5 o'clock. and you don't hit me up that day, I'm not going. I don't care. It's too late. Done. Like, that's that. Simple as that. I just feel like you need to communicate with me. Like, hey, this is where we're going. Meet up this time. If anything changed, like, I'm not just, nah. And you know what's crazy? That's actually happened to me before. And he hit me up 10 minutes before and was like, oh, are you there? No, I'm not there. That's I was like, no, I'm not there.
I'm not even in this situation.
Bro, I am home.
The fact that we haven't talked all day says enough.
Yeah.
Oh my God. You know, it's because we have talked about this and we got dragged on Instagram for being like, you need to reach out. Or you should have reached out and confirmed before you cancel the date.
No. I feel like, especially if you're the one who made the plans, you should be doing the reaching.
You should be doing
You're the one who established these plans.
You should be doing the bending.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
for real.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
But no, honestly, you should be like, the work is in your hand because it's like, you need to make sure we see it through.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
that specifically is an ick. But like, if I was to go a little bit more deeper, it's just like about being intentional when you reach out. And Paulette, you kind of mentioned this last episode for your ick. It's just like, whether you spin the block or you approach me the first time, be intentional because I'm telling you, like, one thing and you out of here. Like, I see a yellow flag, done. So I'm like, you need to get it right the first time, point blank, period, and that's it. Like, get it right. Come correct. And it's not even like, oh, I'm gonna put, you need to say your ABCs backwards, but it's just like, again, just be intentional when you approach me.
ABCs
No, I'm not gonna make you go through an obstacle course. Like, I'm just asking for the basics. Like, when you text my phone, you need to be respectful. You need to say hello, especially in the morning. Like, you need to just simple things like come correct. Like,
that's my biggest pet peeve.
Come correct, bro.
Listen, if you like me and you text me more, good morning.
Yeah.
Like, how are you? Like,
no,
hey, what do you like? Listen, guys,
WID at 6 a.m. Are you
I
for
need y'all
real?
to get rid of that acronym, whatever that is, that abbreviation. Get rid of it.
Y'all don't like good morning text?
I mean,
No,
I
she's
do,
saying that.
Like, there's some
We
people
prefer
like that just get into the like, not even good morning or
they
this is your
don't
first time reaching me in the afternoon. Good after, like, come on.
No, I'm not gonna lie. I remember kind of what my ick is. In regards to that, like, as a man, do not ever come into my phone and don't greet me. Like,
Yeah.
Oh
my
that's
gosh.
so disrespectful.
Especially when it's done via text.
Yeah.
Oh, you have no manners, actually. Because I know in public
Look at
you
Nikki.
do worse.
The text teachers over here.
I know, like, because
it's like you're texting with animosity, like you're sending the eye roll emoji or you're doing some stupid shit. And it's just like you clearly want to talk to me, so greet me. Like, and I'm gonna say that every time. Hi, how are like? Don't do that.
Like, good morning.
This is the beginning
I
stages
love
you're
saying
talking
good
about?
morning.
Somebody I know.
So this is the beginning stages you're speaking on?
No, in general.
Oh.
Yeah,
See, that's the thing. That's what I'm
Y'all
like.
strict right here.
That's what I'm saying.
No,
Like,
it's
if
just-
Well, with
If we're
long-term
cool,
relationships,
well,
it's
yeah,
obviously
of course,
different.
that's
It's obviously different. But
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
if
know,
I'm
throw
gonna say in
good
the
morning here and
dating
there.
realm in general, yes.
but not even that. Just like long-term friends. Like, sometimes, like, so I work
Girl, we
over.
are talking about relationships.
But no, it's like
Dating.
even it's like a guy friend. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I'm up all hours of the night because of work. Sometimes I'll have like a random thought and I'm like, I'll just text it to them real quick because I don't want to forget it before, you know.
I think I think friends is different.
Yeah.
And not only that, I know you're a nurse. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I wouldn't take it no way if you text me at any time of the day.
But
for a regular person that I'm talking to.
I guess what I mean by greeting is like, don't text me an eye rolling emoji. What the fuck? What's your issue?
Oh, I mean, sometimes
What you
eyeballs,
doing?
like,
Or just a passive message.
I think
that's what it
it
is.
being
Like,
a passive message, and it's like, get to what you want.
just
like,
or
get to the
just
point.
Say hi.
yeah, like say hi first before you delve into whatever issue you currently have.
They're
Like,
just trying to break the ice.
yeah.
I know, like,
It's just not working. It's just not
Yeah.
working. But you know, that's
Cause like
they're just
sometimes like
nervous.
if like something transpired that like was like kind of like a little heated, like temperature check, like eyeball,
Don't
like
nothing be happening. Niggas just don't have manners.
because for
bro.
me,
Yeah,
like,
they
what does good
don't.
morning to me mean if you send it to 15 other women? You know?
yeah, I'm not gonna like taking me out the rotation. I don't even.
I don't honestly
really
listen.
don't
I
care.
love
I
a good
just
morning text.
I love that because
That's
like, come
selective,
on.
guys, for the people I like.
Yeah,
The
like,
person I like. Like,
yeah.
please.
Because niggas will text you
Not
good
everyone.
morning.
I don't need good morning from
listen,
everybody.
Yeah, no.
Niggas will text you good morning. The conversation don't even last to the evening. Like, I'm okay.
Exactly.
No.
Take me out of the rotation, please.
It's again.
You don't even get a
being
reply, and the next
intentional
day you come with good morning again. Like, are you for real?
Yeah. Like, someone texts you good morning, you text back, you don't hear from them.
No, literally.
What?
Our entire thread is good morning. Good morning. How are you? And then
Nothing.
we're back at good morning.
Some of y'all are just really weird. I think a lot of y'all just are playing games.
That's
with
what I'm saying
yourself.
about being intentional. Like,
It's
don't
just
sit here and
weird.
trying to play these like, oh, I'm gonna say, because there's also guys that say what you want, what they think you want to hear. It's like, you ever had a guy just be like, oh, I miss you, and it's like, wait, I don't know you. What do you mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, just be like,
I
come
ask you
correct,
another-
bro.
can I
Like,
say
you don't have
another
to shoot that
Can I say
rah-rah.
another
Like,
guys?
I'm cool.
Yeah,
like,
go ahead,
I don't
Paulette.
we
like-
don't gotta do this.
I don't like when it. Sorry, it's just
That's an ick for real.
like. Don't ask me if I miss you if I don't really know you. That's nasty.
Ew.
Like, do you miss me?
Nasty.
Do you miss me?
I'm gonna tell you
Do
no.
you
Don't
miss
play with
me?
me.
Like, huh?
Am I supposed to miss you?
That's
what I always
and like,
say.
and like, it's so awkward because you're just like, oh my gosh, I have to respond, and like, and don't let it be on a phone call because
You know what
the
I do?
silence.
No with a red heart. Don't play with
Yeah.
me.
I do know what the this emoji.
There's no love behind that. No, like, no.
I want them to know I stand on that
Softens
no.
the blow, but it's
So,
like,
no.
No, I say straight up. You haven't given me nothing to miss yet.
Yep. I'd be like, am I supposed to miss something?
Yeah, you ain't
Am
give
I
me nothing to
missing
miss yet.
Like, ugh.
So, like, what am I supposed to be missing? Text messages?
Some of you guys just have no game. That's really what it is. It's like,
Yeah.
what are y'all doing? Like, some certain words are in your vocabulary too soon when you're getting to know
Yeah.
somebody.
It's just
And it's okay. You know, it's
But
trial and
again,
error.
this is all selected because when you like somebody,
anything goes.
anything
Anything
goes.
goes.
JK, that's
Like,
Different. Yeah. I
Yeah,
don't like
yeah,
you.
yeah.
And
Let me
I-
add a final ick.
And
Let
then
me
you
add
know,
a
like, do you miss me? Yes, daddy.
yes, daddy.
Oh,
No.
yeah, what's going on here?
Oh my
you
god.
know.
Okay. So my last ick is, as far as dating, do not ask me out on a date and you have not made reservations. I just feel like at our big age at this point, we should not be walking into no restaurant and playing it by ear.
Yeah, I know.
We shouldn't
Like-
be playing it by your period. Like, if you want to take me out somewhere, it's like you already have everything set and you send it to me. Like, it shouldn't be a thing like, oh, let's go out for dinner. Okay, where do you
Yeah.
want to go?
Like,
What?
It just kills the vibe to walk into a restaurant and be
Literally.
told you have a 30-minute wait, and I'm looking
Yeah.
like what?
Why are we here?
Nah.
And it's like, oh, do you want to stay here or go somewhere else? Like, sir, I don't
going
know.
home.
I don't know. The next place can have a 30-minute wait too. Like, why
Right.
did you not plan this out?
That's not okay.
Oh,
you have to
yeah.
have reservations. You should.
I think at
Roll
our
with
big
them.
age, you know, maybe
That's
in
what I'm
college that was
saying.
okay. Y'all walking into Cheddar's and sitting wherever, but we're grown now. Let's do better.
Yeah.
Intentional.
Yeah.
Just being
Yeah.
into like, come correct,
Yeah.
bro.
I'm
Like,
telling
and I was
you.
just like, why do we have to tell y'all this? Why? Like, it's just
Yeah.
little
Because
shit.
guys are used. Never mind. Honestly, no.
Yeah, let's not turn this
No.
into this train.
No,
Yeah,
let's
no,
not-
yeah, because I was like,
let's move on into
I really wanted to be
Yeah.
honest. Like, some men are just used to dealing with like women that don't require that.
Yeah.
So some women don't care if there's a reservation or not. Some women will just go off vibes and just do whatever.
I really don't know
Some
a
guys are
woman
used
that's
to that.
like really not wanting a reservation.
I mean, I'm not, but they're
Or wouldn't
but,
prefer it.
but
And if they
guys-
do, it's because they haven't really.
But we have to speak to other. There are people out here that don't care about that stuff. They don't care if there's no reservation. They're getting dressed. We're going out to dinner, and if there's a 30-minute wait, they're sitting down and waiting. There's some people that don't care about that. So it's like it's just it's your whatever you want, you know. But some men are used to dealing with women that don't care about that stuff. So if they've never if they've never been involved with a woman that requires that, they are not gonna know to do that. Unfortunately,
it's not even a requirement per se, though. You know what I mean?
but we just said on this podcast that it is a requirement for us.
Yeah.
I said a preference.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
Honestly,
feel like
I think it's just as a man, you just want to
Yeah.
put your best foot forward.
Put
And
foot
it just
forward.
looks
It
better
looks
to walk
better.
into a restaurant and say, "Hey,"
It's like you
and you
just
have a
extra
table.
little
Yeah.
detail, the small tiny detail,
And not even just that, like, time is money. Like,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like, if you respect your time and you respect my time, why
We're
would you
gonna-
not want a
Mhm.
reservation?
Yeah.
point blank.
I'm confused because I don't go anywhere without a reservation unless it's the walk-in place where I know it's not going to be a
Unless
type
it's
of way.
Chipotle.
Mhm.
Right,
Like-
you know what I mean? Like I,
or Chili's.
I make,
Even
I
when
make
we go
reservations
out
for
as together, like,
everything.
well,
Yeah.
we do that. So
And I
it's
think
like,
that's the thing. As
yeah,
friends,
we're
like
used to it.
we make reservations.
Mhm.
It could be an hour from now. I'm still be like, let me make a reservation because I don't want to be in nobody's restaurant waiting an
Exactly.
hour.
Mhm.
So I don't know, but you'll be surprised. They just take you
That's
to a
what I'm saying.
5-star restaurant,
Girl,
trying to wait 30 minutes. The fuck?
Fuck around and go in and be like, we're not taking anybody, and then we got to walk out.
No, the embarrassment.
What?
And now where are you taking me? Somewhere that doesn't have
Oh my gosh!
like, oh, you
Now
don't
we're
rate
going
me?
to Cheddar's. I'm
You
dead.
don't rate me at all. Now we're going. Let me, if I
Y'all are
speak,
funny.
actually, if I speak. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the current events. And honestly, it's so interesting in the motto that he mentioned.
sorry.
He had to like stop dating someone over music interest, and we also mentioned holding our friends accountable because Ja, baby, listen. NBA YoungBoy is really going to be the death of your career if
No.
you do not slow it down a little bit.
I don't even
Because
know
there
what-
is no reason
Why
that
do you
parade inside
want?
your city has caused you to be suspended from the NBA.
Like, I don't understand what about that life like that you want. Like, dude, you've surpassed all that.
He has.
Why are you trying to hustle backwards? And your friends, they are your biggest ops.
See,
because why
that part.
are they record? Like they know that you have already come back from one issue with a Glock or whatever you got, whatever. And for your friend to sit there and record you on their social media.
And to give context to the situation.
Let's slow down here.
To give context to the situation.
Sorry.
Ja Morant is who we're speaking of. And he's gotten a little bit of trouble before. He's like always.
A little bit.
He's gotten in trouble.
He's been suspended before.
Yeah, he got suspended
multiple
2 months ago for
and he's
issue.
he's very much, a gun-toting animal, shout out to Lil Wayne. But
oh my God.
But mind you, he plays for the NBA. So the NBA is very strict about like how their players present themselves on and offline. So he actually made NBA YoungBoy's New York City, whatever that song is called.
It's a parade inside my city.
Yeah. He's known for that. Or whatever.
Literally.
And it is kind of cute.
Yeah.
We understand like
it's
Ja
nice
Morant
lingo.
is 20 years old. Like he's a year removed from being a teenager.
He's 23.
He's 23. I thought he was 20.
He's 23.
Wow. And just like that.
It's okay though.
It doesn't make it any
I
better.
thought he was 20.
He's still young. Like he's still no matter what, he's still young. But I just feel like at this
23 's
point in your career.
Well, so just to give the rest of the story. So he got in trouble for his first incident where he was displaying like a weapon on social media on his like Instagram live. So they suspended him. He came back so that he was going to like go through therapy. He was going to work on himself. He was going, trying to clean up his image. And he actually became like a really big like spokesperson for his team. Like people were literally coming to the games to see him play because he is a very talented young man. And so within the last week, he was shown again on social media displaying a gun while he was in the car driving. And after that, his coach decided to suspend him from all activity with the Memphis Grizzlies, right? Mm-hmm. With the Memphis Grizzlies. And so now his fate is just kind of up in the air in regards to if he's even going to be able to play basketball again in the NBA, because it's like, did you really learn from your first situation? And he just got a very big deal with, who was it with?
I believe it's with was it Gatorade? No, it's not Gatorade.
He did have one with Gatorade, but that got pulled the first time he
got a second one.
He has another big deal that he just signed.
That got pulled.
Nike shoes.
What?
Okay.
Wow.
But that.
The shoes.
They're about to drop.
They're about to drop the shoes. Yep.
Who is he reminded me of? I'm trying to think. There was another player who had a similar issue like this, who just kept going in and out of trouble.
A lot of players.
My thing is, in regards to all that, I hate seeing the fact that like people are calling him like a thug and stuff like that. Like, I'm not saying him toting a gun is just the right thing, but how many times have we seen white men proudly pose up with all the guns and arsenal that they have in their house, and they're not called thugs? You know what I mean? I feel like when it comes to black men or even black women who have guns, like we're already stigmatized. Like, if I legally have this gun, I'm allowed to have this gun. That doesn't make me a thug. And I feel like the perception of black people with guns is unnecessary, because why are y'all calling this man a thug?
I mean,
is he portraying that? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But I feel like white people calling him a thug, not knowing that he's not a thug, is actually out of line.
And the thing is, you're correct. But okay. My thing is, it's like, you've made very great points, but it's just to the point where it's now like, so what do you want? So what are you? Because to me,
he's a proud gun owner.
No, he's a child.
No, this is how I feel.
He's not no child.
Guys,
23.
He's 23. He's a grown adult. Let's be clear here. He's a grown adult.
He's an adult, but at the same time,
and he makes a lot of money.
Is not fully developed. Like, he still has a little bit of developing to do. So that's what I say that's what I mean when I say child.
So my question is, call a spade a spade. Like, at the end of the day, guys. So does he want to be an NBA player? Or do you want to be known as that? A guy likes to tote guns on social media and violates your contract. What do you want to be known as?
But my question is
I don't get it.
Is the issue that he's just showing the guns off on social media? Because people walk around with guns on their belts all day long.
It's both.
And they don't get fired from their jobs.
But they're not
for
NBA
having
players, and they have guidelines though to follow.
Actually, the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies posted a picture for the Christmas photo with his wife and his children, and they all had guns displayed in their photo. So what is the difference between the owner posting that picture on social media and one of his players displaying a gun in a video?
Because Nikki, the thing is, I get it, but there's a difference between he's an owner and Ja Morant's not. You're just an employee.
There's no difference there. There's
so
not
there's
a difference there.
Like, there's really no.
But the thing is, we're drifting away from the point of the topic. Like, so at the end of the day, so what? Like, what I'm going to ask you, Jori, what should we call Ja Morant? Like,
he's
what?
Not a thug.
I know he's not a thug.
I know he's not a thug, but I don't think it's. I don't think it's fair. Whether he's the player, the owner, whatever. I don't think it's fair to criminalize somebody for taking pictures with guns when other people do the same thing.
And then to criminalize him for something that's legal.
Exactly. Like, I get it. They're trying to say he's role model, whatever. But I feel like so many people are like, oh my gosh, he's proudly showing a gun. So many other people do that too, and it's not talked about. Black people are the only people who are criminalized and stigmatized for owning and having guns legally. That's not fair.
People stormed the Capitol with guns.
I think the problem with Ja Morant specifically in him holding or presenting a gun several times is the fact that with you, Ja Morant, being that there's a lot of people that follow you, there's a lot of people that look up to you, because you're a public figure, you should have security. If you're gonna walk around with guns, at that point you just need security. You've reached that point in your status and your level of fame where you just need armed security. Yeah, exactly. You need armed security. Those people can hold a gun legally, and not to say that I don't know where he was in that particular video, so I don't know what
driving.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know where, like what state, like I don't know. So I can't, speak to the specific gun laws, but it's still just like if this is how you're going to walk around, then you need armed security. That's just a smarter decision as somebody who's famous. That's the problem. And again,
I'm gonna say, do we think Ja Morant is? I don't think he's holding up them guns because he's trying to feel protected.
No, he's not. He's
doing it to be cool. He's rapping into rap songs. It literally is just like a flex for him. And I think one of the main reasons why this has caused so much heat is because he has gotten in trouble in the past. He pulled out a gun on somebody for a pickup game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he went through a whole program and all the other stuff. So I feel like that is why they're hard on him when it comes to his appearance in the public eye, because people are already saying, like, for that incident, that was a lot for them. So they're like, okay, you're continuing to display this behavior that we've already said, okay, could we just not show guns on social media? You already got in trouble for this. And like twice.
Yeah, the thing is, no one's telling him not to have a gun, but it's like, you represent a team. Just have some decorum about your movements. Like, you don't have to sit here and be. Why did it have to be you toting it? Why'd
your friends even post that? I don't even understand.
And that's his friend.
But why is it? Why
his friend moved the camera. John needs to stop.
First of all,
the friend had already been on live recording
before the gun was pulled out.
Before the gun was even pulled out, and when Ja pulled up, he moved the camera. So at the end of the day, that's on you.
That's on Ja, not his friend.
His friend moved the camera.
True, and I get that, but we're gonna just. It's still on social media, and you're messing with the bag.
But the thing about celebrities and celebrities' friends, people are quick to hop on a live and screen record. At the end of the day, stop doing shit that you don't want screen recorded.
It's not even that. I don't know.
Stop letting your friends be on live. Too many people, celebrities who got caught up by their friends being on live.
I don't know. I just feel like maybe it's your people surrounding you are just not the best. Because, like, to me, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know anyone at this table that'll sit here and film me doing some bullshit to fuck up what I got going on.
I don't think he was intentionally doing that.
Are you sure?
I'm actually like, come on now. That's not fair to put that on a friend, especially if I know. Here's my thing. Put yourself in that predicament. If I know that you have gotten in trouble as my friend, let's say you, Paulette, we're in the car and I know you've gotten in trouble before, I'm going to think that you're smart enough that you're not going to do this again. So if I just so happen to go live, that's on you. That's on you that you pulled that gun out. That's not my
live. Me holding a gun.
Why would I think that that's what you're trying to do?
I don't know. I don't know.
But also, I do kind of agree with y'all's point about, like, why did he get suspended for that?
Yes.
So unless he was on, like, a strict probation,
I think that's the only way. But to be honest with you, like,
we're trying to teach him a lesson, and honestly, he deserves that lesson.
No, but to be honest with you, it's only Black men that get these lessons. Like, that's really where the issue is. Like I said, we have not. A lot of people have not faced like ramifications from their actions as white athletic people or athletic whatever, NFL,
Ja
NBA.
Morant low-key got a pass for the shit he been doing too.
That's what I'm saying.
But it's just like, okay,
I don't think he really got a pass. He lost.
Nikki, he got a slap on the wrist.
Pulling a gun off on an underage minor.
He lost
the whole shooting.
As he should have.
That's a consequence. What was he supposed to keep the deal?
I'm so confused because the NRA, like the NRA, is out here like. Trying to tell people that, like, in Texas, you can have a gun and not even have a license. And we're telling you now that just because you were seen with it on social media, now that makes you but that's a lot of places. It's not just Texas.
We're all over the place in this conversation. Like,
no, we're not. I'm just telling you. Like, I feel like the thing is, it's definitely a it's just very biased. It's biased whenever it comes to Black athletes.
No, what I think is I agree with you. I do think that, like, Yeah, I agree. I think that at the end of the day, they are harder on Black athletes, Black artists, Black people as a whole. But at the same time, like, because Ja Morant does have a history, unfortunately, you have to learn your lesson the hard way. It just comes with it. I'm sorry. You're where you are in your career. People look up, you know what I'm saying? You're the damn near the face of the NBA at this point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you need to be mindful of how you need to be mindful of how you present yourself online, period. And again, I do think he's doing it for fun. There's a time and a place, sweetheart. Just
and I think
be
that's
more
where
mindful of your
if this was his first offense, I'd be like, okay, guys, like really, but it's because this is like a repeated offense. So
he doesn't deserve. The punishment. I can understand that he doesn't deserve the scrutiny. I think everybody's like, jumping down his throat, calling him thugs and calling him all kinds of names, and that's not deserved. But at the end of the day, like again, Ja, you're just gonna have to learn your lesson the hard way.
Yeah,
and
no,
that's what it is.
I feel that. My only last thing on this is I just don't know. I don't understand the obsession with wanting to behave like a wannabe. I don't understand that. So
didn't they just celebrate a child molester at the All-Star, but the All-Star games where they went through and gave him an award?
Someone that was with a woman that was underage way back, like I forgot, like late 80s or forgot his name. Is it post something? Like I don't know. Carl Malone. Thank you, Spider. He actually I think he was presenting something at the All-Star.
No, he wasn't presenting. He was actually given an award.
Oh, he's the one who got like a 12-year-old pregnant or something like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, like this was like way back in the day.
Yeah.
But
I mean, okay. But yeah, they just gave him an award.
They pick and choose
this year for that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like, we're always gonna get different treatment, always, and it's unfortunate, but regardless, if we get treatment,
but Karl Malone is Black. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's I didn't understand the point.
What's happening?
I was like, I did not understand the point.
I don't know why. No, I'm just saying like I'm not saying in regards to like
for Memphis.
No, but I'm just saying like
correlation.
I guess no, I'm just saying in regards to like why they're picking and choosing. Like it's a whole child
choosing what Black men or picking and choosing
what they find offensive and what they don't.
Right.
I mean, a lot of people but it's crazy. A lot of people didn't attend because they were not with him being part of it.
Yeah, I agree.
So whoever did attend, I mean, cool. But it's like there are a lot of people that stood on the ground of like we don't support him. So I can't say people are picking and choosing with Ja Morant.
Look up.
It's empty.
Okay. So how do y'all feel? Okay, so recently, Gabrielle Union had an interview. Were y'all able to kind of listen into that? Y'all watch clips or y'all? Because the thing is, I want someone who can really speak to it.
I mean, I didn't even watch the clip. I just read headlines and people's other comments.
I saw what she said, but my thing is, well, I could show you the extended clip. I could talk about the clip that I watched, but I don't even think anything she said was that bad. I'm not gonna lie.
It wasn't.
So from my understanding, and please correct me if I'm wrong, she said that she is, I don't want to say scared, but she basically said that she wants to make sure that she's able to work because, and like she wants to make sure she's like getting deals and like doing like different whatever things because her and Dwayne Wade split their bills 50-50.
Well, she didn't say that was the reason, but she did mention they're 50-50, but she said a lot of times, like, especially with all things she has going on, so no, she does get overwhelmed with making sure that she is on a path where she can provide for herself and afford her own bills. You know what I mean?
And also they're supporting another household as well. So she has to make sure she has enough. I'm not
she
gonna
said that?
Yeah.
She did say something about supporting another household on the clip I watched.
Wait, which household?
I think the other baby. Like he still has to.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
I mean,
see that.
God, like I think that's why.
I understand,
but I think that's what
she's supporting another household.
I mean, yeah, she's married to him, so she's supporting something. They're supporting another household. They don't just have theirs. He has another baby with someone else that I know. Of course, they are funding as well.
But.
So his pockets are hers pockets.
Yeah, like
no, I understand that. But I feel like the context of the clip, she didn't really make it seem like they, like you said, like it very much seemed like she pays for her own shit and he pays for her own shit. You know what I mean? So that's why I was surprised that she would be putting in towards his bills and he ain't putting in towards hers.
I don't know. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I'm kind of tired of the 50-50 talk. Like if they want to do that, let them do that. Every couple entitled to handle their financial status how they want to, however they want to pay their bills, they're allowed to do that. I don't think it should just be like a conversation just because it's Gabrielle Union. Like y'all don't think celebrities are doing that too? Like no one's above that. Like I think that in our culture, we've just normalized always having this conversation about 50-50. And a lot of y'all's parents did things 50-50, but they just never told y'all. So
did she actually say the words 50-50?
Yeah.
She sure did.
She did. So go ahead.
I would say, I think the issue that social media has with Gabrielle Union specifically, because the 50-50 conversation is tired, but I think the reason why it was so much of an uproar is because of the things that Gabrielle Union has said about their relationship in the past. So we just talked about their break baby. She did cheat on her during their marriage, and another baby came from it. So that's one. Two, she also says that in their...
Well, it wasn't in their marriage. They were
just together.
It was a break baby.
Sorry, throughout the course of their relationship, and had a baby. Second, Gabrielle has also spoke about their sexual life. She says that she clearly stated that she eats his ass.
Which is okay.
Yeah. And then 3 is the fact that
we don't ask.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah.
But keep going. Back then, it definitely was like breaking news when she said it. Nowadays, it's more normalized, but back then it was not.
Yeah. So I think it's the combination of those two things, or the couple of things that she said that makes like, and all of this, and you're going 50-50 with him. You know what I mean? I think that's like the whole uproar is the fact that like, dang, like the fact that a man can disrespect you and still get to choose the option to split 50-50 with you versus like, you know,
but a lot of normal people are going through that too.
So
it's just because she's a celebrity.
Yeah, that's
different.
The thing. Yeah.
Wow.
Like
but for me,
because it's like y'all can, because for him, you can afford to not do 50-50, 100%. So I think that's,
but you know what?
That's why
I think the 50-50 is more on Gabrielle's side. I definitely think that because the thing is, if you think about before they had that baby, Gabrielle was very much so like in the background whenever it came to like their relationship. She wasn't really like out there like that. She wasn't making appearances. It was more so Dwayne Wade was the star of the relationship because at the time he was a
star.
Big basketball player.
Yeah.
So I feel like after the baby and
which baby? Kavia, or you mean the break?
No,
baby?
the break baby. I feel like after the break, baby, I think it was definitely like where she didn't feel as secure. You know, like, and she kind of had to get on her shit a little bit more because at that time, like, they were probably up in the air, like if they were even going to be together. You know,
that was also the thing because she was having fertility issues.
Yeah, she was having fertility issues. So it's like, I think that was one of those things where she kind of knew for herself that like, I have to get it like by all means, you know? So I have to be able to take care of myself in the event that like him and I don't work out. So I feel like that's kind of more so where that 50-50 came from. I don't think that it was always like that.
I also feel like millionaires 50-50 is very different than our 50-50 because people are talking about, oh, they going half on rent. Like, do y'all think that Gabrielle Union and Dwayne 50-50 is concerning one property's rent? Like, let's actually be for real. Like, I'm sure that she has other investments that probably have nothing to do with Dwayne Wade, and I think for herself, she would rather him not invest in that. If she has the money and the funds to invest in herself and make sure that she's keeping all herself in a marriage to herself. The way we don't know how their prenup is structured.
Her 50 is probably one house. His 50 probably another house.
We really don't know. So that's why I'm like, everyone's like, oh, how is she going 50-50? Like, please.
Yeah,
like, Gabby can go 100-100 by herself and be good. Like, she's not one of y'all. So please do not compare yourselves to her and y'all little baby daddies.
That's my issue. You know what's crazy? That was my point in that. Like, y'all are really, it's like comparing apples to oranges. Like, please stop. Like, and like,
now,
let's recycle this too. Like,
Savannah would never, but that's neither here nor there.
No, we're not gonna. Oh, Lord.
I'm just saying. But LeBron's also still playing. Dwayne is retired.
Yeah, definitely.
Dwayne's retired. But
let's say that again, Nikki. It ain't Savannah would never. It's LeBron would never.
Savannah would never.
Yeah,
because LeBron
put respect on Savannah.
Yeah, no, I respect her, but like LeBron wouldn't even allow that.
Can I be?
Let's be honest.
I do want celebrities to also bring back shame. There are some certain things I don't really think y'all need to be saying in interviews. Like there's a better way she could have worded all that.
But she's smart too.
Gabrielle doesn't give a fuck.
She does.
She knows the soundboard.
She does.
She'll stand 10 toes down on what the fuck she said. Like she does not give a fuck because she truly knows what's going on in her house. Honestly, she could have just said it to get the people going. As far as we know,
because why is she even doing interviews? She probably has a book coming.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what she got coming up?
Good question.
Yeah. But yeah, I guess
couldn't be me.
Yeah,
know that part.
I know y'all, there's always one.
Y'all was expecting us to drag Gabby, but we're not gonna do that because
no, I was gonna drag Gabby, but I do think I don't know. It Yeah, we said enough.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the topic. And May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And honestly, this episode is gonna be dropping on May 31st. So we have one day. No, but I did want to just do a quick little check-in and see like how are y'all? How y'all feeling?
I feel a little bit overwhelmed, but every time that I'm like taking something off my list, I'm feeling like a little bit of weight lifted off my chest, Because at one point I was looking at my calendar, I was just like, how? Like, how am I really gonna do all this? Like, and don't get me wrong, my sleep has decreased, but I'm being successful, which is important.
I'm okay. I think I'm operating in like the yellow a little bit, like just a little bit survival mode, because it's like we're damn near, we're in the middle of the year at this point, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So now it's just like, all right, it's time to kick into overdrive, and I feel like I've been in overdrive for a minute now, so it's like, that's why I say I'm in yellow.
The fact that it's already June already, like,
that's another thing.
Oh my God.
Like,
Year's going.
I don't understand. Like, I was just thinking about this other day. I'm like, is it because we're getting older? Is time moving faster?
Y'all ain't heard the saying? They say that time moves fast to you when you get older because you've already experienced all the new things you're going to experience in life. So it's up to you to change your day-to-day routine so it doesn't feel like that anymore. Because when you're younger, you go to school, you go to college, you start your first, like you've experienced so many things for the first time already that because you settle into routine, it feels like time is moving faster. So switch it up.
Life becomes
mundane. I don't even think it's for a routine. I mean, for this point, like literally, I think it's just like, I look up and I'm like, how? Like,
time does move fast though.
It just moves so fast.
Yeah, time is a social construct too.
Well, yeah, that's another conversation.
We don't know what day it really is.
Oh my God. Speaking of, sorry, we're going to divulge into a little bit of a conspiracy theory, but do you know, like, if you there's 12 months in a year, right? There really can be 13 months, and they really could be 28 days per month. So if you really think about it, why are there 12 months, and why did they stagger it like that? Why? Ask yourself that as we dive into the next question. Okay, so as we head into June, like I'm sure like at the beginning of the year, we like set a lot of goals for ourselves and things like that. How do y'all feel like, because I feel like there's always, when June comes, there's two things either happen. Either you're like, I'm crushing it, like I'm really like accomplishing these goals, or you're just like, you know what? Like I realize like I'm not even the same person I was in January. My goals have shifted so drastically that I'm actually have different goals that I'm trying to accomplish. So where y'all at?
That's where I'm at. I have different goals. Like the goals that I set at the beginning of the year, it's still attainable, but as life changes, things change, like your goals change. And like, so now the goalpost has moved, and that's fine. Like I'm just in that aspect of things.
Heavy on the goalpost.
I feel like I'm making great progress. Everything I've like kind of said that I wanted to do or set for myself, I've been doing it, and I'm kind of happy I'm proud of myself with that. I feel like every year I make these weird goals and like I don't ever reach any of them, but like this year I'm actually hitting it out the park, so I'm happy about that. So
I feel like I made my goals a little different. Like they're like I guess I would consider some of them like life-changing goals, right? And so it's like there's not necessarily a specification that it has to get done this year. But I have to make sure I put myself in a position to get to that that lifetime goal of mine, And so with that, like, it's a good check-in to remember, like, okay, like, is what you're doing aligning with that? You know what I mean? So I think that's kind of just where I'm at.
No, that's actually a good point you made, because I was actually talking to somebody and they said something similar to that, where they were like, you're not supposed to set goals, you're supposed to set habits. Yeah. So the habits you set for yourself should put you in a position to accomplish the goals that you're trying to accomplish. So whether or not you like accomplish that goal within a set amount of time, you put yourself at least in position. So like I actually agree. Honestly, I should have done that. I set goals. Like as far as fitness goes, did not reach that. But it's okay because we spin in the block. We're spinning the block.
Yeah, I think for me, it's
like because summer came out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, but we still have time. Summer has actually not started yet.
No, the summer has actually not started. It gets it looks a little cool at night. Yeah. It actually starts getting cool during the day too. It's like,
summer is actually
like light sweater right now.
I think we still have like a few weeks, right? Till summer, like 5-6 weeks. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, my eyes at summer.
But literally. Yeah, no, right. But for me, I definitely think that I've achieved a lot, but some of my goals had to take a step back. Like some had to like fail so that others could thrive. So I'm like in that point where like I'm like on a teeter-totter where I'm trying to like balance all of them, but I haven't found like that right position just yet to where I can get everything accomplished. But it's okay.
No,
it's gonna come.
No, and it will in Jesus' name. Okay, so we talked about spinning the block.
Mm-hmm.
So we talked about goals, but let's zoom out a little bit. Like, if there's anything you could spin the block and change, what would it be?
Like in life in general?
In life, like anything. It could be like a moment. It could be a decision. It could be a person, a body.
Okay. I would have went to a HBCU and I would have been on the dance team.
Ooh.
Cause y'all don't know a lot about me and it's cool, but I like to dance and honestly I really feel like I should have just listened to my heart and went to a HBCU and really followed my dream.
What HBCU would it have been?
Huh?
What HBCU would it have been?
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know, but I really wanted to go to all black school and my parents were so against it.
Yeah.
Don't know why, but yeah, any HBCU, maybe. I don't know. I'm not even gonna lie, cause typical Howard. But like, I don't know. Like, I only say that because I know a lot of people that went to Howard. But it's like, I don't know. I would have got out of Texas. Definitely, it would not have been in Texas.
No, I was literally thinking. The first thing that came to my mind is like, I wish I would have left Texas a long time ago.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I feel like you can always come home. You know what I mean? But I feel like I wish I would have just left a long time ago. And if I wanted to come back, I could have came back. And now I'm like, now I'm here and. Do I go now?
It's not too late.
It's never too late. It's never too late. But I just wish I could have did this sooner. You know, I think that's kind of
in 10 years. Don't regret being like, I wish when I sat down and said that I would have just booked it.
Definitely.
See, my regret is kind of something a little bit opposite because I did move, but I wish that I would have like my experience in Florida would have been different. And not because of like. I don't know, not because I just feel like I was so I moved for school and I was like the first, it was unfortunate because COVID did hit. So it's like the world was shut down. So that was, I lost a year already. So then the second year, I just was so engulfed with school. Like I literally had no life. And it's like to think that Miami is what Miami is. And like, I didn't see none of what that city had to offer just because like it was just strictly school. And then when school was over, it was strictly work. And so it's just like, I wish I would have just treated the first couple years just differently for me. So I would have experienced it more. That's mine.
Yeah.
Do you feel like what y'all saying like, okay, or did you ever say what you would have rather did?
Oh, what I would have rather done?
Or what you would say?
Maybe been married younger.
Oh, really? You know what?
Yeah, I probably would have like if I had like looked at it in hindsight, I probably would have been married like probably like 2-3 years ago.
No, I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
that's what we're not gonna do.
Yeah, that's probably my. But it's not a regret. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a regret. It's what I'm saying. It's not a regret for me because like I'm really happy with like the way my like life went. But at the same time, like maybe I don't know. Maybe it would have made a difference.
Yeah. Point made. That was what I said wasn't a regret. It's something I would have done differently. Now regrets, there's people I for sure regret meeting. Just like in general, like I wish I never met you ever.
Like they derailed me.
Yeah.
Because if I speak to what I said, like my school experience was awesome. Like
so it's not like we would, Let me just rephrase.
No, that goes for everybody. What they said.
Yeah. Like
dang, there was something that you just said, and I was. Oh, you said so. Okay, look, I seen something. I may or may not have tweeted it, or I may have copied the tweet. I may have seen it from somebody, but it said that they wish that they would have gotten pregnant, like when they were a lot younger. Not a lot younger, but just like in their early 20s, because she said that
her kids are grown now.
No,
she did able to bounce back quicker.
No, not even. She just was like, bro, like I just
all the guesses.
I don't know. It's just because she was like, I just feel like she just feels like she has to focus on now in her life. She has to focus on having kids because she doesn't have kids. She's like, I got to focus on having kids when I could have like got it out the way because she was like, now in this day and age, like I just don't see myself getting pregnant by anybody. Like I don't see.
No, not for me. I'm actually very happy.
Yeah,
even if I wasn't married, I would not have had kids yet.
Because honestly, me like my mom had me in her mid-30s, so like having kids early. I never saw that. So like that was never in my mind. But I can see why there's pressure now. Like, okay, like you have to, now I need to have these kids. But it's like, everything's going to happen when it's supposed to. You know what I mean? God's not ever going to give you anything you can't handle. Like the kids you are going to have, he's going to provide that for you. But it's just, you got to wait for your moment. And like, I think in this life we live in, we just really have to like stop putting pressure on ourselves. It's easier said than done, but we really just have to just take everything day by day. Like, stop always thinking about 10 years from now. Just live in the moment right now, you know, because who's to say, God forbid, we live in long lives, but who's to say in 10 years you're still, you know what I'm saying? So enjoy what you have now and accept things as they come. So
in regards to what she said, I've never felt like I should have had kids sooner, but it has crossed my mind a lot lately. Like, my mom had me at 19. Me and my mom were really close, and like she is still very much relatable to me. Like, she says something stuff, and I'd be like, I'd be forgetting. And so to me, it has crossed my mind, like, dang, like, I won't have that same type of relationship whenever I have kids because I'm not 19. You know what I mean? My mom had me. So that has been the only thing that crossed my mind, like, dang, like, I wonder what it would have been like if I would have had kids younger.
Because at that age, you're growing with your kid.
Exactly.
Yeah,
like, I even remembered, I was like, bro, like, and it's crazy when you think about the age that you are. Like, I remember when I played basketball, I used to change my basketball number to the age that my mom was. I remember being like number 27, number 28. And it's crazy when I think about me at 27, 28, like having a whole kid. Like, that shit is wild to me. It's wild as hell. I'm like, I don't know how you did it, sis.
But I feel like times were different too back then than now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even want to say life was easier, but I don't know, there's less distractions, you know, being a parent. Because now being a parent comes with a lot in this day and age. You know what I mean?
I can confidently
we have
say,
technology involved. So
I don't think, I mean, let me not say that. Let me shut up before I get this banned.
So
go ahead.
So this year, have y'all had any regrets on possibly like being the bigger person, or like a situation where you feel like you should have just like not taken the high road? Like, when they went low, you should have just went low with them.
No, you know what? I would say I have. I think this year, like, I've learned to just be like, you know what, honestly, like, it's fuck you and I'm gonna stand on that. And I think it's actually like benefited me more, because now I realize that when you apologize too quickly, sometimes you rob yourself of the apology that you were supposed to get in the first place.
Definitely.
You know? And so now I've realized, like, you know what? When I have an actual reason to be mad, when I have an actual reason to like be feeling the type of way, I need to just let myself feel that type of way and give myself distance from the situation, and allow that person a space to reach out to me when they've realized their own mistakes, instead of trying to force them to realize their own mistakes before they're even know what the hell's going on. They just giving you sorries, and it's just like, okay, cool. Because I feel like in the past I've definitely been like, been the bigger person, is just like, why? Like, you know, and I know it's still bothering me. So like, why the fuck did I fold so quickly?
Because I could say the same thing for myself now. Like, I mean, actually, I've been like this for quite some time, but I'm not going to lie, at this point, everything happens for a reason. I'm not questioning nothing. Like, I'm not going to regret anything either. At the end of the day, how I handled everything how it was supposed to be handled. And so I can't really regret anything. I feel like the other parties may regret, but I don't. Like, I stand on everything I do and say, so I don't regret anything.
You know, it's so crazy. Like, for me, like, in my like younger days, like teens, early 20s, I never wanted to be like labeled as like a problem or looked at like you're the problem. You're always the one who has something to say. You're always the one who has an issue with something. But I'm starting to realize, like, you have to speak on those things, because if not, people will walk all over your boundaries because they actually don't know what your boundaries are, because you never speak on them.
Yeah.
And so for me, I'm at the point where it's like, actually, I don't have to be the bigger person. Like, I actually really don't have to be.
I could be the villain.
Yeah, like, I could be the problem, and I'm okay with that. Like,
I can be the drama.
Like, I can be it, and I can bring it, and I can feel how I want to feel, and that's actually like perfectly okay.
So now you said speak on it, like, as far as like being the villain, are y'all in a stage, like, if say something goes on and maybe like you're in a situation that looks questionable, are y'all in a stage in your life where y'all feel the need to clear that up, or is it just like assume what you want to assume? It could be anything. Like, do you feel the need to clear things up as far as rumors or things like regarding you?
Oh, rumors like regarding me? No, not
like, if it's a rumor going, maybe it's a rumor going around that like you got a train ran on you.
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh, that you
yeah, because I'm gonna go to those people, whoever is making that up,
but you don't even know like who the people are. It's just a rumor that someone's like, oh, I heard somebody ran a train on you.
If someone comes back and says that, I'm gonna figure out where that originally came from.
Because stuff like that, I'm sorry, those don't be rumors.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. People don't just wake up
unless y'all took advantage of me. Like, there's really no other way.
No, there's people that have made rumors up like that.
No, honestly, you be surprised.
Oh, it's easy to make up a rumor like that. It's easy.
You know what the crazy part is? Y'all probably heard it and y'all didn't even realize it was a rumor. Y'all just assumed that it was true. You know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
true. I feel like it's very easy for men to lie on their dick, because men don't question each other about anything.
But I do think it's important to clear up certain situations. Me at this point, like, if I'm looking at anyone sideways, actually, I have to talk to you about it. Like,
then, like,
because there's just no way I'm going to feel comfortable being around you, and I think you're moving like some type of way.
But sometimes I don't know. Like, yeah, in that case, if like you're still cool with them, but if you're not cool, like, what's the point of clearing things up? We're not cool. I think us not being cool is the clear up. Like,
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
like,
Not as close. You
yeah,
mean?
but if we're not cool anymore, what am I clearing up? Like, you know, what am I? I think the separation was like that's why we're not cool anymore, because of the situation. Why am I clearing it up? I understand if we're still cool, like we're maybe acquaintances now. Okay, I can understand if you're looking at them sideways. Okay, clear it up. But if I'm not cool with you at all, what am I actually clearing up?
You mean like if something happened, like y'all fell out over
situation,
a certain
yeah,
situation?
what am I actually clearing up if we're not cool anymore? What is there to clear up?
I mean, I feel that. I mean, at the same time, if something happens and you decide to not be friends with me over something that you heard, then that I won't clear up.
Yeah, over something you heard. But if it's something that happened between us, then have y'all not like realized like the reason why like a lot of these situations go left is because one person thinks they're right and the other party thinks they're right.
Yeah.
And it's like, instead of you being able to like, they're not able to see your point of view, but once you talk to them and you actually like explain your point of view, then they're kind of like thinking like, dang, like I can kind of see where that person's coming from. And then once you hear their point of view, you can kind of understand a little bit more where they're coming from. A lot of these situations could be cleared up by just talking.
Well, have you ever even been in a situation where someone is unwilling to see your side of it in any capacity? And those are situations where I'm okay with being the villain. Like, honestly, I don't want to work this out. We're not going to figure this out. Like, say what you want to say about me, but like, no.
Definitely.
Don't say nothing to people though about me. That's one thing I don't like.
For sure. But I already knew this person was going to run their mouth. So I told my mutual friend, I was like, I'm cool with whatever version they painted me. I don't care. Like,
that part.
I don't care.
Really? I wouldn't be okay with that.
I mean,
because my
like,
thing
don't
is,
come back to my mutual friend.
If you're so committed to misunderstanding me, like at that point, like why do I have to go tell somebody else? Oh, what he's saying, like no,
true,
like just
like,
believe what the fuck he has to say. Like I'm good on it. I'm gonna let you have you can have that one right there.
Yeah, and like honestly, like I was once talking to a friend. They told me like, you know, if people really know you, they're not gonna like those rumors are not gonna touch them. So at some point, it's like, you know, if y'all know me, then whatever these people are saying, either you can believe it or not. But I'm not about to sit here and chase everybody down. No, that's actually a waste of time. Unnecessary stress.
No, yeah. And the person who goes out of the way to paint all these bad images, you ends up
says a lot
bad.
about them.
in the
Like,
long run.
imagine somebody coming up to you, Nikki, and telling you about, oh, well, Crystal's so and so, she did it. You gonna be like if she fucked so and so, she did it. You gonna be like,
what? What are you talking about?
Exactly. And I don't even think you would come and ask me to confirm. You would just
Why
be
would
like,
I ever do that? No,
exactly.
I wouldn't come to you to confirm. I would actually come to you and tell you and be like, Crystal, this person is saying this about you. Look, I told them that they need to stop, but look, I need you to know. Because what?
No. Honestly, I feel, because you know what's crazy?
I ain't checking.
I was actually in a situation similar to that where this is a long time ago where somebody was, I guess, attempting to slander my name or whatever. And I did try to clear it up. Like, I think I reached out to two people and was like, "Dang, this is like lies." Or someone reached out to me and was like, "This don't sound like you. Is this true?" And I was like, "No." And I reached out to somebody else and was like, "Oh, I don't know if you heard this, but this is not true." And they was like, "I don't even know why you reached out to me. Like, as soon as I heard that it didn't sound like you, so I didn't believe it. So you don't have to reach out." And after that, I was like, "Hey, you know what? Let me stop." Because
and like I feel like situations like that, like that's how someone with sense should think. Like it shouldn't be a thing where someone tells you something and you're immediately running away with that. It's like, if you really truly know that person and you know this goes against their character, come on now.
Yeah, it was like, you sound crazy.
It sounds wild, like, you know. But there are some people that are not mentally strong, and anything can get in their brain. So I don't like being around people like that. So
that part, easily influenced.
Do y'all have any big plans for the summer?
This summer, I'm gonna be in the streets.
I'm just gonna be having a good time.
I'm gonna be in the streets, but a different type of streets. You know,
I feel you.
Which street? The aisles. The aisle.
You know, like I have 1 foot in, 1 foot out right now.
Really? I was gonna ask y'all a messy question.
Go ahead.
Ask.
Because
I'm
it's not
asking you
too
too.
messy, but you can ask y'all, like, what?
What?
What is your
Because
messy
you be running away
question?
from answers. But I feel you.
Okay, anyway.
Shaking the table.
Shaking the table. You know, shut up.
Because I really don't. I'm just very like,
I feel you.
I don't have nothing to say. I just don't be saying it. But what's the call? I was going to ask, because someone asked me this question yesterday, and I was like, is this a messy question or not? So I'll ask y'all, what is y'all's dating situations like currently?
What's yours?
Girl.
I'm single.
Mm.
Yeah.
How single?
So
I'm just asking. What? Why are you
I'm
saying
how
single? Like that's
yeah, I mean, like I'm a single I don't know. I'm single. I'm single and dating. How about that?
Okay.
How about that? Yeah, it got real quiet around this table. Not Krista bought y'all time.
No. I'm single.
Screaming.
Yeah,
Joy had to
bitch.
take
I'm
a-
single. Single. Yeah, bitch. Yeah.
No, I'm single. I'm not dating.
You're single and not dating. Is that a decision you made? Like, are you like on a self?
No, it's not. It's because okay, look, I'm not trying to I'm not trying to be that girl, but it really because these niggas ain't shit. Like that's really it's like I just haven't came across my person. Let me just say that. Let me keep it cute.
But
That's
how
it.
will you if you're not dating?
Well, it's not that there's men. I just don't. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like
just not
nobody.
interested?
Yeah, I'm not interested. No, but I haven't came across anyone I'm interested in. Like,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So you when you say you're not dating, you don't mean you mean you're not dating exclusively anybody right now, but you're still like entertaining people if they ask you out. Okay.
Yeah.
Joy.
Yeah, I think you gave
Sorry,
it.
y'all
Getting real
Kinda
like
coarser in the
clarification
sense.
on
Okay.
these
Like-
questions.
Okay, we're gonna skip over Joy because Joy, I feel like you need time.
I don't need time. I'm happy. There's that.
girl, what? That is not.
Okay, so crazy. You took the words out my mouth.
I'm happy. Y'all are happy.
I'm happy.
Honestly.
Like
You really took the words out my mouth.
Girl, are you
What,
single?
you're
Or are
happy
you
too?
dating? Y'all get like
so
what's
I
the-
be grown.
No,
like,
what is
what
the issue
hell?
here?
Are we unhappy? Are we giving
No.
unhappiness?
Hold on, y'all. The only reason why I can't answer this question is because it's so crazy. Like, I recently had an ex call me, so random, and he was like prying for information, and so therefore, like, I was just like, why are you like
asking you all
Yeah, he was like, like, are you like dating anyone? Are you this? I'm like, why are you asking me these questions?
So off air,
So
basically.
so what you're telling me is you don't want to take yourself off the market for him. That's why you want to say that on this podcast.
No, she don't want to say because she don't want him listening. Because
Yeah.
he's asking too
You're
many
reaching.
questions.
What?
No, but sure you are. It's okay
Because
though.
if your ex wants to
It's
know
like,
if you're
let her
dating,
make
I'd be like, yeah, I am dating. You have no chance.
I mean, look, you know what, Michelle? Honestly,
But you don't want to tell him that.
Yeah.
'Cause
No.
you want him to continue to like. You don't want to close the door.
No, the door's closed.
Oh, the door's closed.
He knew by the conversation that the door was closed, but it's just none of his
It's just
business.
none of your
No, I mean, I feel what you're saying, Michelle, but like,
okay,
for real,
okay,
it's none of his
I feel.
It's really just none of his
So,
business. That's
I
really
just
all it
feel-
was.
okay,
It's not
okay,
like
okay.
I'm holding out hope. No, absolutely not.
Okay, so speaking of ex situations, do y'all have any past regrets from like past relationships?
yeah.
Like this
what?
year, or y'all have any from like say this year?
Yeah.
like
No,
this
no.
first
No.
6 months.
Relationships this year?
No,
God
not
damn.
relationships, but
Oh.
like just dating situations. Like
No.
y'all
Your
have
most-
any
your
regrets?
last most
No.
serious dating relationship.
Okay.
That based it off of that.
No. Yeah, we ain't gonna.
What's yours,
We ain't
Paulette?
doing that. I
You said yes. I'm
no, y'all said 6. I don't have nothing to give.
Let's say the last year, last
I
365
still have nothing to
days.
give.
Let me be
Your
honest with
last
y'all.
relationship,
My
what's going on?
regret
I
is
feel
like
you.
not really like running like a full like background check on these niggas. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all.
Really?
Yes.
I feel you.
Mhm.
You mean like a hoe check or like an actual criminal background check?
I mean everything
Jeez.
above, because these people will shock you. Like you really have no idea like what is hidden behind some of these people.
Mhm.
And it wasn't until like, and I think y'all all know this story. Like whenever it was a freak accident and I got a hold of someone's phone, and that's whenever I found out like very shocking information. So yeah, never again. Like I am going to hoe check, hoe fact, whatever y'all want to call it. I'm going to look at everything.
Yeah.
Absolutely
I
everything.
check
I say
Oh,
it's too
prison.
with women and men too. We all have to just practice heavy discernment. That's really it.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I feel like sometimes like we see it, but like we don't see it. If that makes sense. Like it
We
look
choose
like
not to. We
Yeah.
see it, but we choose
like
to
we see it
ignore
right, but we just don't see it.
But what if that's just you like self-doubting? You know,
Exactly.
like
It's
that's the
hard,
thing. It's like
though.
it's so hard because like you can actually be like what is it? What is it? Not reflecting, but like you're projecting.
Mhm.
You're projecting like these feelings and these like insecurities from previous situations on this
Mhm.
person, and they really might not be doing anything wrong at all.
I don't know. Me personally, if my spirit is just not sitting well, like, cause one thing about me, I feel like when I come across people and I have there's a feeling, I'm always 9 times out of 10 correct. So it's like if my spirit's never settled around somebody, I know something's wrong. there's no reason why you should be unsettled around people. Your spirit's unsettled around people. You should always be cool and at ease. And if it's not, there's something that you just can't see. You know, but
I think a past regret for me. It's not slapping the shit. No, I'm just kidding. I don't. It's probably meeting the person. I'll be honest. I'll be honest. It was. It really was. Like, and that was the same person I was talking about in the beginning. Like, just regret. I just regret meeting some people. Like, there's some people I just could have did without. Some lessons I could have did without. Like, quite the scholar God. Like, it's not necessary. So it's just
not quite.
That was just. Overall, let's just erase that. Act like it didn't happen.
Period.
I mean, it didn't.
Low key.
I don't have like any one specific regret. I feel like I just have pulled like the mishaps from past dating, past relationships, and I'm just trying to like embody that, not those mistakes anymore going forward.
Yeah.
Just trying to be a better like and more. I don't want to. I guess more open. I mean, intentional for sure, but just like I don't know. Just doing what I want to do. I don't know. Does that make sense? I don't know.
I'm living your happy life. I think for me, like,
not the shade.
No, I think for me, I would say my biggest regret wouldn't necessarily be the ex because, you know, I mean, I don't know. But it would be the way I handled the breakup. Honestly, I feel like I could have handled the breakup a lot better, you know, and it definitely has helped shape the way God forbid, not the way I'll handle a breakup moving forward, because hopefully I don't break up with my next relationship. But I think I could have handled that relationship a lot better. I think I'm like somebody I'm a very loyal person. Sometimes I'm loyal to a fault, and I feel like I maintain that loyalty even throughout the breakup. And I feel like I should have been outside on day 2.
Yeah, that part right there. That part right
on that.
You know, I really should have been outside, and I wasn't. You know, so that honestly, that's my only regret.
But last episode, y'all was talking about I gotta take time before I move on.
I mean, I think time is good, but like I don't even think so much as dating. I mean, like I literally sometimes like I have like a mourning period in between relationships where it's like, you know, it's like you want to do a self-love journey, healing and all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But like sometimes the best way to heal is to just get back outside. Like start having fun, meet up with your friends. Like, you know what I mean? Don't isolate yourself because it does take a while because then you isolate yourself. Then you have to like rebuild and get used to being outside again and start socializing. I think I lost way more time than I needed to. I already lost time in a relationship. Then it's like I lost time healing where I felt like it didn't have to be that hard. You know, I made it harder. Way harder than it needed to be. Exactly.
So this is a little off topic, but I did have a question, which I don't know if we actually talked about this. Y'all might have. But there was, I don't know if y'all saw those videos that were going around from like that party in Houston, like a couple weeks ago. It was like a pool party.
It was eating coochie.
Oh yeah. What was the call? I forgot the name.
So what would y'all do if like you were in that situation where like something like kind of like a more private moment became like something public?
Like a sex tape got leaked?
Yeah.
Are you talking about the same situation as a pool party? Because that was not a private.
They were willingly recording
eating
each
coochie
other.
at the party.
But it was a no phones event though.
Yeah, it was a no phones event.
But you're still eating coochie in public.
But still, like just think about it.
Private. Like that's not private.
Like how would y'all handle that? Like what would y'all do? Like if y'all's like face is all over the internet? Based on like
I'm
a
not gonna lie,
situation.
My portion.
What can I do?
Yeah, you have to face it.
You just gotta face it. Like I mean, I hope it's fire.
I would try to like do everything in my power to get it scrubbed off the internet, but
like
I would definitely probably be taking legal action.
I just feel like that's kind of the risk that you take when you record things
or send your
or send
stuff
things
to people.
That's just the risk that you take, unfortunately. And at that point, you have to stand in it.
That's why I don't do none of that.
That's
very. I always think
that is very.
I always think someone can like one day if they want to fuck with me, they can fuck with me. You know, so no.
But I always feel, and this is probably very toxic to think, but whenever something like that goes out, in my head, I'm thinking, one of y'all leaked this. You know what I mean? As much as people like say, oh, somebody hacked me or my friend had my phone. No, nigga, you sent this to somebody who didn't need to have it and they leaked it. Either way, you are responsible for this leaving your phone. Like, I truly do not believe that somebody hacked your phone just knowing you had sex tapes in here.
But then, okay,
but
so
people do hack phones and like find treasures.
Of a regular degular, they just wanted to see you giving head on Mr. Brown's phone. No, Mr. Brown sent your shit to his friends and then it got out.
But going back to like clearing up like rumors, like what if a guy came to you, like a guy friend was like, hey, like, I just want to let you know, like, so-and-so has been, like, sending your nudes around.
I'm gonna
That's
go.
not clearing up rumor.
That's
not
now-
a rumor. That's real.
setting
Yeah,
shit
that's
straight.
actually you're going. They're going to jail then.
I said, but you're not my friend. You just came and told me.
Yeah. So what were
And
you doing as you were watching?
Why
it?
you ain't start swinging? Like, you don't rock with me like that?
Shut
Or
up.
no,
Not
I'm not even
swinging,
gonna lie.
but like, where were
No.
you? Where is this talk with your friends that you saw my stuff going zip 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 through the phones? Because real people will be like, y'all, this is not cool. We need to stop this. Like
Men don't
real
think
people.
that.
That's not
No,
true.
because I was in a situation that was kind of like that, but not where like an unflattering like had been out. It wasn't sexual. It was like an ID, like a really old ID. And one of my friends, he texted me. He was like, "Yeah, they was being super childish, taking pictures of it. I took the ID. I have it. I fired them up. This and that." And I actually really did appreciate that because we weren't even that close at the time. But him stepping in and being like, "This is like super childish. Like, what is the point?
Why
of
are
this?
people weird?
Why are people exactly? Why are people? And it wasn't even that unflattering. It's just like how you just have an ID pic,
Yeah.
and it's just like I think I took it when I was like 12
But
or
still,
something like that.
what are you doing?
But
And
it was
why
like,
is it on your
why-
phone now?
Why are y'all taking pictures of this?
Like
Like,
12.
no, it was like an old like ID. I don't even have the ID anymore. And then after that, I don't know, it was just
Yeah.
some drama. But I actually appreciated him stepping in and like being like saying something. And that's really what I expect, at least from my friends. Like, if you're a close friend of mine and you're telling me about a situation, I'm always gonna wonder like, what was your character?
So
in
you
that
just want me to
moment?
swing?
I don't want you to swing, but I don't want you to just be a witness in a situation where I'm being disrespected. If you felt like it was disrespectful enough that you need to come and tell me in that moment as my friend, what were you? Were
Yeah.
you a witness or were you like, you know what I mean? Like for this, because I know the type of friend I am. If I'm seeing something, I'm at least gonna say something like, "Hey, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all don't need to be doing that. This, and then when I come tell you, I'm at least tell you like I let them know. I'm not gonna come back to you as gossip because then it's just like, okay, so clearly you were either one of the people laughing, one of the people viewing. If you felt the need to come and tell me, but they were safe enough to show you,
Yeah.
knowing you were friends with me,
That's true.
and you still didn't do anything. You know, Meek Mill made a verse about this. Actually, the hit, and he said, "Why is it every time someone want to talk bad about me, they come and tell you, and then you come and tell me like a hoe ass nigga?" And that's actually very real. How come every time someone want to talk bad about me, they feel like you the person they need to talk to? Now you're an op. You know what I mean? Also reveal themselves. Y'all just gotta pay
Church.
attention.
That was the verse. That was it. That was it.
Blue faces, y'all.
Man. Meek Mill, man. That boy taking us to church.
He used to be fine too. That's crazy.
Yeah, he still is.
I saw a photo
No,
with him and Nicki
guys.
Minaj. That man was fine. At one point.
I used to be obsessed with Meek Mill. Oh my goodness, it was so crazy. But yeah, he's still fine to me, but not that fine. But no, yeah, like that. Yeah, no. If you're I'm not gonna like. You're going to jail. I'm sorry. I don't do that whole like. You're going to jail. I'm sorry. Isn't that like revenge porn? Like
It is
you can't-
revenge porn.
You're going to jail.
And you're going to jail.
It is revenge porn.
I don't even condone that type of stuff with people.
But do they take it as serious, like when you're like of age?
revenge porn.
That's so you're spreading nudity.
Absolutely.
Yes.
It's a crime.
It's a crime.
It's an actual
Absolutely.
crime. I think if you're underage, then it's like revenge porn, but it's also like child
Pornography.
distribution of like porn. But
Mhm.
no, revenge porn is actually very real. That's why I didn't understand why. What's her name? Celia starts with a C.
Oh,
Academic's girlfriend.
yeah.
Why she went and released that footage of her
He has
and
a
Mish?
girlfriend?
Yes.
Who's DJ Academics?
Yes, that's his girlfriend.
News. I don't even know who you're talking about.
The girl who like
She's like a
Selena
porn
Powell,
star.
right?
Yeah, Selena Powell.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
But Selena Powell, she's
Is that his
like
girlfriend?
been with everybody,
Mhm.
you know?
that's his. They even got matching rollies. Like he loves her.
But
He gave her a show, her own podcast.
What?
these men are just handing out
Platform.
podcasts like roses.
I ain't
I'm
fair.
Can we get one?
I got one. Like,
And then on her very first podcast, she was literally talking about how she sucked up
me.
Meech. But in my head, I'm like,
oh,
DJ Academics, how long ago was this? Because I could have sworn y'all been
soon.
dating for a
yeah,
while
yeah,
now.
no, that picture looked
I
very
don't
like
think it couldn't have been that long because Selena Powell was just
Lil Michi just got popular.
she was just like on someone else's like top.
As
No,
usual.
that's why I don't understand Academics. If you like it, I love it, but I don't understand.
Okay, y'all. So I have this. I don't know if it's gonna be the last question, but I do have a question. So, looking at your life now, like, can you say, or would you say that you're happy the way things are?
Mm. Well, I mean, according to 5-year-old me, I should be married with kids.
yeah. With like, I should
London.
honestly be done.
So if you
I
ask
really
her,
should be done.
she'd be disappointed. But me, you know, I'm content. I'm not gonna lie. God doesn't make mistakes. So
No,
I'm truly happy. And I realize I'm very selfish with my time right now. And I barely have time for my dogs. I cannot imagine a child or a man in my life right now. That's just me being honest.
yeah.
Why are you saying that like that?
What? Oh no, sorry.
I'm trying to think. I'm happy. I just feel like I'm at a space in my life where like anything I want, I can have. I have nothing but space and
Yes.
opportunity to make it happen. So I'm
Mhm.
happy as fuck knowing that whatever I want is on the way. So
That part.
That's how
Yeah,
I
that's.
feel.
I think that's like. I think the only thing that's probably missing is like my parents. That's like literally like the only thing. Everything else, I'm good on, and like I'm with Jori. Like literally, like everything is at my fingertips. Like I can truly do anything
that
and
you want
achieve
to.
anything that I want to, and I know that I can do that. That's the crazy part.
We love that.
No,
Yeah.
love that for you. I'm happy.
Come on, that's the word of the day.
I'm happy.
I'm
I'm
happy.
happy.
I'm going to see
My husband.
I'm happy. But yeah, no, I think I'm happy with the way things are because I've gotten to a point where I've accepted the way things are. I think again, my life is always like I feel like I'm always in overdrive, but like, and I used to beat myself up about it, but now I'm like, it's whatever. You know what I mean? I've learned to like accept myself the way I am instead of just kind of like reverse it or understand or why things are the way they are. Just it is what it is.
Yeah.
I'm all right. I'm waking up, and like you said, everything I want to do is at my fingertips. Like it'll get there.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I guess I have to answer right. I'm happy. Like I feel like in the last like 4 years, a lot has happened in my life that has been like, I want to use the word traumatic, right? And honestly, like I feel like I'm kind of getting back to my old self. Like finally, I finally look in the mirror and I see my old self. This has been a great episode, honestly, guys. This has been a great season. I know we're coming to the end of the season
yeah.
with your 5 favorite ladies. Thank y'all for always supporting us. Thank y'all for listening to us. Thank y'all for rocking with us for it's about to be 6 years in July. And we really appreciate y'all tuning into us every other week, every other Wednesday, and just enjoying our banter, enjoying our friendship. This has not been an easy journey, but I enjoy doing it with these 4 ladies because honestly, like every day just feels like I'm just stepping into like pure fun. And I know it's going to be awesome. I know we're going to have great conversation. I know I'm going to laugh. I know I might cry, but like it's always going to be great. So I really appreciate all our listeners, all our viewers, anybody that's reposted us, anybody that has like tagged us and stuff. We appreciate you all on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and Facebook. We appreciate you all, and we thank you for just being with us, honestly. Send us your motos and petty chronicles at pettyparty12814@gmail.com. Interact with us on social media. We're going to still be there. You can find us on Instagram at all social media platforms at Petty Party Pod. And honestly, it's been awesome. But I'm ready to take a break, y'all, because look, I know y'all had enough of me. So it's your girl, Paulette, signing out. Holla.
Bye, y'all. We gonna be gone for a good time, not a long time. But it's your girl, Crystal, aka Champagne Chris, aka Chrissy F Baby, signing out. Peace.
Bye, guys. I'm getting sad.
It's just the end of the season.
Yeah, it's just the end of the season. Yeah. But make sure you tap in with us on all of our social media platforms and us individually as well. I'm not on Instagram, but you can find me on TikTok. Yeah.
Okay. Bye, y'all. It's your girl, Michelle, aka Egypt. And we'll miss you. Bye.
I'm just really excited for y'all to see what we have in store for y'all with our next season. So make sure you stay tuned. Make sure you stay interactive with us. We still want to hear all of the motos, all of the petty chronicles, all the good stuff. And it is your girl, Just Nick, signing out. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And you should say, if y'all see us in person, say what's up.
Yeah.